Good afternoon and welcome to Citizen Live at 1 Digital Edition. I am Terry Ann Chibet. Now, the High Court will on the 10th of this month rule whether it has the authority to hear an appeal by human rights activist Okia Omtata over the controversial digital migration. Now, Omtata, who moved to court 2 weeks ago, is accusing the Communications Authority of Kenya, CAK, of mishandling the digital migration by switching off 3 media stations, that's RMS, NTV and KTN, thus denying Kenyans the right to access information. However, the Communication Authority and the Ministry of Information and Communication have before Justice Isaac Lenaola contested Omtata's application, saying the High Court cannot hear a matter that had been concluded by the Supreme Court. Now, the Africa Digital Network, that's a consortium of Royal Media Services, Nation Media Group and the Standard Media Group have argued that the matter before the High Court was a fresh one and unrelated to the Supreme Court determination last month.
And they have been canvassed by the parties, and those parties have made prayers to that court.
Majanja, giving your case.
Article 24 lays out the procedure, the thresholds for limiting rights. So before they turn off the analog TVs, where is the law by Parliament allowing them to go and interfere with the Bill of Rights?
In order for this court to respect that constitutional hierarchy of the courts, this matter must be held that this court has no jurisdiction to further go into the matters at hand.
Whether or not the manner in which digital migration has been implemented violates rights of either the viewers or the broadcasters is a live issue, because that was not before the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said we're not going to determine those issues. The allocation of frequency is not a matter before us. That is a matter that comes post 29th of September and was never urged or determined by the Supreme Court.
Education Cabinet Secretary Professor Jacob Kaimenye is tomorrow expected to release the results of the 2014 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE examination. More than 450,000 candidates who sat last year's national exam will know their results amid the ban on ranking of schools and candidates which was introduced last year. Candidates who sat early childhood examinations, business and technical examinations in colleges across the country will also know their results on Tuesday. Namibian President Hifikepunye Pohamba has been declared the winner of the Mo Ibrahim African Leadership Award. Pohamba will now take home 456 million shillings for a period of 5 years. Besides, President Pohamba will also get 18.2 billion shillings cash prize for life after 10 years. The announcement of the award winner was done here in Nairobi. Now, it comes a day after President Uhuru Kenyatta hosted the Mo Ibrahim Foundation delegation at State House prior to the award ceremony. The owner of the prize award, Dr. Mo Ibrahim, led the delegation as they paid a courtesy call to President Kenyatta and discussed governance and security matters. The Mo Ibrahim Foundation, set up in 2006, recognizes achievements in African leadership and governance by former democratically elected African presidents. Now, Kericho Governor Professor Paul Chepkwony is suing the Kenya Tea Development Agency over alleged exploitation of tea farmers. The county government is seeking 87 billion shillings in a landmark case which opened its doors today during the mention of the case in a Kericho court. Now, the Council of Governors has also been enjoined in that case. The Kericho County government in its petition wants the organization to pay the money to over 400,000 small-scale tea farmers in the Western Rift as compensation for alleged exploitation by major players in the tea sector.
Also some pending applications in which we intend to.
We also have fantastic
Well, let's now have a look at what's making headlines across the business scene. Regional Railway Transport Service operator Rift Valley Railways is planning to extend its railway commuter services to the Ugandan capital, Kampala. Now, it will collaborate with the Kampala City Council Authority to introduce a commuter service that is similar to Nairobi's railway commuter service. Now, the move is part of a decongestion program that the Kampala City Council Authority is undertaking to address increased traffic jams in Kampala City. This morning, representatives from KCCA got a first-hand experience of the Nairobi Railway commuter service when they joined Kenya Railways and RVR officials on a train ride from Nairobi to Syokimau. The familiarization tour was aimed at showcasing key operations in the service, such as ticketing, park and ride facilities, as well as traffic monitoring. Now, the Kampala Railway commuter service is expected to begin in a month's time.
We're starting on the Kampala to Namamve, and then subsequently we'll do Kampala to Luzira and then Kampala to Nalukolongo. And we're starting with 5 coaches. The capacity is 90 passengers seated, and then we'll work with RVR and URC to see that that capacity is increased.
Is the best solution for passenger service. So we just need to have the right things in the right place. Let's say the right station, the right place. We should accommodate the cars to support the project. We should develop step by step, as we are developing together with the KCCA and URC, all the structure around this project.
Turning now to the foreign currency market, the Kenyan shilling remains steady against the US dollar, with currency traders expecting it to remain within a trading range of between 91 shillings and 25 cents and 91 shillings and 65 cents to the dollar this week. That's according to Reuters. Now, according to the Central Bank of Kenya, commercial banks are buying the dollar at an indicative rate of 91 shillings and 34 cents and selling the same at 91 shillings and 48 cents. Versus the euro, the Kenyan unit is trading at 102 shillings and 13 cents, buying 102 shillings and 30 cents, selling, while exchanging at 140 shillings and 70 cents, buying 140 shillings and 93 cents, selling to the sterling pound. Coming closer home against the Rwandese franc, the Kenyan shilling is exchanging at a stable rate of 7 shillings and 48 cents, buying 7 shillings and 58 cents, selling. Against the Tanzanian currency, the home unit is trading at 19 shillings and 94 cents, buying 20 shillings and 8 cents, selling. And finally, to its Ugandan counterpart, the Kenyan shilling is exchanging at 31 shillings and 53 cents, buying 31 shillings and 69 cents, selling. Well, and that's how we wind up Citizen Live at 1 online edition. Thank you so much for watching. I am Terry Ann Chibet. Let's meet here again tomorrow.